Hawaii Summer Basketball League playoffs. I'm Jeff Portnoy, and along with Coach Tony Solito, we are pleased to bring you the first semifinal game tonight, Solar Universe versus Wealth Strategic Strategy. I didn't even get that right. Partners. Solar Universe is the second seed, and they'll be playing the third seed, Wealth Strategy Partners, Tony, who won Tuesday to advance to tonight's first semifinal game. The two teams met twice in the regular season, with Solar Universe winning the first game 97-84, and Wealth Strategy Partners coming back to win the second game 106-87. Solar Universe is led by all-league player Zane Johnson, averaging almost 28 points a game. UH recruit Nagus Webster Chan, 23 points a game, and Brandon Spearman, 22 points a game. And Wealth Strategy Partners, led by all-league player Julian Sensley, averaging 21 points a game. Kavika Lions, 17 points a game. And from Chaminade, Wally Koulibaly, 16 points a game, and a team that plays a little bit of defense in a league in which very few people do. If you like long-range shooting, this is a game for you, as Wealth Strategy leads the league in three-point shots, averaging 14 three-pointers a game, and they're led by three-point shooting champion Kavika Lions, who made 5 threes a game. Well, Coach, it looks like it's going to be a genuine shootout. My guess is the loser will have over 100 points.
Well, that's what usually happens, Jeff. And, there's a really 3 or 4 terrific collegiate players, and there's 2 or 3 still pro players playing tonight. So this game is going to be a terrific game, and it's something that the fans, the people watching Olelo and myself are going to really enjoy.
Solar Universe is coached by Artie Wilson. Everyone knows Artie. He does not like to lose. Even in the Summer League, his team averaged over 100 points a game, but they gave up 101 points a game. Wealth Strategy, coached by Coach Marco Johnson, they averaged slightly less at 95 points, but they were a great defensive team for the Summer League. They only allowed 96 points a game.
Well, there's a lot of offense played in this league, and I think as a young coach or an old coach, you choose sides when you start coaching. Are you going to be an offensive coach or a defensive coach? And when I was a young man, I decided I was going to be an offensive coach, so I really enjoy watching a lot of offense.
Well, you're going to see 6 all-league players tonight. Each team has 3. Zane Johnson, Brandon Spearman, and Nagus Webster Chan, all UH folks, all league this year for Artie Wilson's Solar Universe. And Julian Sensley, Kavika Lions, and Wally Koulibaly were all league for Wealth Strategy. Well, I'm going to get out of the way, and in a minute, you're going to get to interview both coaches, and then later on, before the game starts, I know you've talked to a couple of the players.
Before, you've been to the finals before a lot of times. Tell me what your strategy is tonight.
The only thing I want to do is score one more point than they score. But my guys have been here. I've got some veterans who know how to win. We don't have a big guy, so that's going to be a little problem. But if my guys shoot the ball well, we go up and down the floor, and we turn it up and play defense for a few possessions, I like our chances.
Listen, you have 3 All-Stars on your team that were picked today. How do you feel about them, and how do you feel about your chances about beating this good Wealth Strategy team? They're a good basketball team.
No, they're a very good team, and they're a well-coached team. I have a lot of respect for Marco Johnson. I think he does a nice job. They've got some real good players in Julian Sensley and William Brodus, and they'll play hard. They'll bring it, and I just hope my team will match the intensity and come out and play a good defensive game. And if they play good on defense, I like my chances.
Well, Coach, on behalf of Olelo and myself, good luck tonight, and I can't wait to watch the game.
That's a very nice looking shirt you have on too.
Thank
I
you.
tell you, Tony, you're a dapper gentleman tonight.
Thank you very much. I copied it off my idol.
I feel kind of boring with just basic
I copied
blue.
this shirt off my idol, Artie Wilson.
I love it.
Marco,
how you doing, Coach?
big game today, semifinals. How does your team feel about this? Because You know, there's a few people in the stands. You have 3 All-Stars on your team. What are you looking forward to tonight?
We're just looking forward to us playing hard, playing team defense, limiting them to the one shot. Also trying to challenge them to play transition defense.
Well, you both have 3 All-Stars on your team, so it looks like it'll be an up-and-down, high-scoring game. Tell me what you think about their team, Coach, while you're here.
Their team is great. They have Derek Lowe, Webster Chan, and a couple other guys, Brandon Spearman. Well, really good team. Very athletic, very efficient. Yeah, they're really good.
Well, Coach, on behalf of Valello and myself, good luck tonight, and I can't wait to watch the game.
Thanks, Coach.
Good evening, everybody. This is Tony Salito in the NCAA Summer League for 2012-2013. With me today is Negus Webster Chan, who played basketball last year at the University of Missouri, transferred over to Hawaii because he thinks the Hawaiian Islands are a little bit better looking than Missouri. And he wanted to show off some of his skills to the people in Hawaii. Negus, how do you like it so far?
Man, I'm enjoying it a lot. I like the vibe out here. Everybody's friendly. I love the team so far. That's a good thing too. It's a plus.
I was talking to Coach Arnold the other day, and I thought that you're surrounded by some of the best players I've seen here in a few years, and I think next year when you become eligible, because you're not eligible this year, I think perhaps we'll even be a better team because of your ability. How have you liked it playing in the Summer League so far?
Man, I love getting to play in the Summer League since I'm not going to be able to play this year, so I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm taking advantage of it, trying to work on stuff that I can't work on like this season, so I'm just working on stuff in the Summer League.
You averaged 23 points a game, and you made the first-team All-Star game in your first year. It's hard to get used to Hawaii. How have you found it getting used to the islands, the people, your teammates, the coach? How have you found that?
I mean, I didn't find it really hard because everybody's open here and they're friendly, so it was easy to get along with people. My teammates on Solar Universe are great teammates. They accepted me for even me coming late. I joined the team late, so they still accepted me, so it's a blessing right now.
And how do you like, I do the UH broadcast with Artie Wilson. How do you like him as your coach?
Artie's real cool. I like him. He's a funny guy. He knows what he's talking about. We're just trying to get the job done for him at Solar Universe.
Well, that's good because he was a fine player for UH, and I'm sure that you will be too. And thank you for your time, and good luck tonight, Negus.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you.
You too.
All right, once again, we're in the NCAA Summer League for the 2012-2013 tournament playoff format at Marino High School. With me is, I think he's a player that I recruited at Hawaii Pacific University. He played for me for a couple years. I think his name is Kavika Lyons. And Kavika, you were picked to the All-Star team, and you led the Summer League in threes. I just wanted to know how you felt it was playing this year and how comfortable you were.
It was a good experience coming back and playing in the Summer League. I've played in it the last 5 years now, but this year I played a lot more. I was a lot more confident, and I just, shot as much as I could when, the opportunity presented itself. So.
Well, it seems to me, Kavika, that you've found the secret to getting open for your three-point shot. Even though I think the last time I saw you play in high school, you had 7 threes against Punahou in the first half, and that convinced me that you were the player I wanted to sign. How easy do you find it to get open in the Summer League? Because it seems everybody knows you're going to shoot the ball, so they really stay up on you.
Yeah, a lot of it is conditioning, and the other is just I've been playing for such a long time. I kind of know, where to go in the offense and whatnot. I try not to take any bad shots. I just either come off picks or, transition is where I get a lot of my threes because, I don't have a guy right in my face. So that's the most opportune time for me to take the threes.
Now, your team is in the playoffs. I don't know if you were in the playoffs last year, but you're in the semifinals this year. A win tonight will put you in the finals. How do you feel about that?
It feels great, and to play a talented team like Solar, I couldn't be more excited to play against, former UH players, Derek Lowe, and current UH players. It should be really fun.
All right, well, thanks a lot for coming over, Kavika. Good luck tonight, and it's nice talking to you. Nice seeing you again.
See you too.
For Southern University, we have Kavika Smith, Derek Lowe, and 3-year-old lead performers Zane Johnson, Brandon Spearman, and Megan Webster Chin, coached by Artie Wilson. For Wells Strategy Partners, we have Keola Stitzel, Final Leathers, and again, 3 all-lead performers in Julian Sensley, Wally Kulabali, and Kavika Lyons. Tip-off coming up. Coach for Wells Strategy Partners is Marco Johnson. Check that. William Brothers. This started.
Southern Universe, coached by Artie Wilson against Wells Strategy, and this game should move very quickly. I don't think we have to worry about the 30-second clock, Tony.
I don't think so at all. There's 6 All-Stars out there, so it's going to be a terrific game. I'm looking forward to watching it.
Wells Strategy with the basketball, and they're running the ball around the perimeter. Going with 3 guards and 2 forwards. Sensley shot misses. Rebound grab by Solar Universe. Playing with 5 guards. This is literally a 5-guard offense. All the way for the layup. Derek Lowe, who's been brought back for the game, the Washington State All-Star. 2-0. Solar Universe.
Derek's coming back from participating in the NBA Summer League this summer, so I think he's head and shoulders above a lot of these players.
Brought us out at the 3-point line, looking for the screen. He's going to take that shot. No, he decides to pass it away. A lot of 3-point shooting is going to go on in this game. Kulabali is one of the better 3-point shooters out there, but he goes to the basket, almost loses the ball, flips it back out, and Solar Universe goes for the layup. Cannot get it, but they keep the rebound. Shot taken by Webster Chan. Won't go. Here's a fast break by Wells Strategy all the way down. Kulabali doesn't make the easy layup. Gets the ball back on the rebound. 3-point shot is off the rim. Rebound controlled by Solar Universe. So we're still 2-0. We played a minute and a half. Derek Lowe with all 4 points here early on, Coach.
That was Kavika Smith.
Oh,
Coach.
sorry, it was Kavika. Took my glasses off.
Yeah, I know, but let's not cheat Kavika. He doesn't make that many baskets. We got to make sure he gets credit.
Well, Strategy with an NBA 3, and it's good. Keola Steitzel with the basket. 4-3 right now, Solar Universe by a point. We played about 2 minutes in the first semifinal. Well, that goes to Derek, doesn't it?
That goes to Derek. You'll see a lot of those tonight.
Well, Strategy taking the ball inside. The shot is no good by Quinn Leathers, and here's a break by Solar Universe, and we'll see a lot of that tonight. The pass up the middle. Tough shot, though. Tough shot by Spearman. Can't make it go. Well, strategy with the rebound. They come back the other way. Why did you even bother with a 30-second clock? How about a 10-second clock? Koulibaly throws the ball off to Broadus. Broadus in with the layup, and we've got a one-point ball game. 6-5, Solar Universe up by 1.
Broadus is another pro player, plays in Canada. Very good young player, developed from Hawaii here, and he does a good job in the summer league. He's an excellent scorer. Goes to the basket really well. Likes to play on the left side of the court and go to the basket from there on one-on-one isolation.
After the turnover, Steisel bringing the ball up, being guarded pretty closely by Spearman. Ball goes into the corner, now back out for another three-point shot attempt, but thinks about not taking it. Go inside to Stensley, being guarded by Zane Johnson. I thought that was a missed call right there. Quinn Leathers in for the layup. And Well Strategy takes a one-point lead. Solar Universe comes back quickly the other way. We've got an 8-5 basketball game right now. Steitzel over to Broadus. Broadus top of the key, thinks about the three, gets the ball inside to Sensley.
Well, you know, you're not going to be able to stop him once he gets into the 3-second lane. He's a very creative offensive player. He has a lot of moves. He has a lot of shot selection to choose from when he's down in there. And Zane Johnson is going to have a terrific time trying to guard him tonight because he's big. He has a ton of experience. He's played in the NBDL. He's played in Europe. He played in Korea last year. He's a very good basketball player.
Older than you and I.
That could be. He's older than you, not me.
But he's a heck of a physical specimen, and essentially able to go 40 minutes. We'll see. Got an 8-7 ball game. Solar Universe with the lead in the basketball. Again, a team that's literally playing 5 guards. That shot misses by Spearman. Too strong. He'll take the rebound. Comes back out. He misses again from the same spot. And here comes Well Strategy with a chance to take the lead. We've played 4 minutes. 8-7 Solar Universe. Ball goes inside to Broadus. He loses the ball, but they manage to maintain it from the corner. The shot misses, and rebound by Solar Universe. Webster Chang with the basketball, steps back, takes about a 15-foot jump shot off the rim, and we've got a 10-7 game. Solar Universe up by 3.
Megas Chan played at Missouri last year. Keep that in mind. That Big 8 is a tough conference, and he's a very good basketball player.
Well, a lot of UH guys out here, either former players or people expect a lot more from the team this year, Coach. Stetzel drives to the basket, misses the layup. Ball goes off of Solar Universe. I thought Stetzel might have touched it last, but you see UH's future and past out on this court.
Yeah, they really have a bright future, and of course they have a lot of good players that are out here from before.
Sensley shot won't go, in and out. Solar Universe with the lead in the basketball. Webster Chan tries to get the pass inside, but it goes off the hands of Kavika Smith. That's the second turnover for Solar Universe. We played 5 minutes. We've got a 10-7 game. Solar Universe up 3, but Well Strategy with the basketball. Here comes Keola Steitzel, who played at Ohio Wesleyan.
And I played at Ohio Wesleyan, Jeff, and I think he played at Roosevelt High School.
Broadus with the basketball. Great pass inside. The easy layup is missed by Leathers, and here comes Solar Universe down quickly over to Johnson, and there was a time he made all those shots, but that one's off the front of the rim. Here comes Stetzel over to Koulibaly, and he drills the 3, and we've got a tie ball game with 14:30 to play here in the first semifinal. Solar Universe against Well Strategy in the NCAA Hawaii Summer Basketball League. Jeff Portnoy along with Coach Tony Salido doing the play-by-play in color. Solar Universe goes hard. Johnson thinks about shooting, doesn't. Great pass to the outside for the bucket. And we've got a 12-10 game. Well Strategy coming back down with Stetzel running the basketball into the front court.
That's Kavika Smith's second basket. That's pretty good.
Koulibaly's layup misses. They're bouncing the ball around. Sensley tried to control it, bounces it back off. They're going to set it up on the outside again. They go inside Wells strategy, looking for the easy layup. Block there. Great block, and here comes Solar Universe down with the running play. DeJohnson for the layup. Zane Johnson with the bucket. 14-10, Solar Universe over Wells strategy. Pretty nice crowd. I'd say about 150 people here at the Maryknoll Gym for the first semifinal. Second game will follow around 8:30. Essentially doing a lot of dribbling from the top of the key. Fires up a three, and it's all net. 14-13 now. Solar Universe maintaining a 1-point lead. They have never trailed in this game. We've had one tie.
Well, you know, when you have this many good players on the team at one time on the floor, it's going to be very hard to determine which one's going to win the game, except by the final gun.
Kavika Smith with the layup to put his team up by 3, and we've got the first, well, it's not a timeout, it's going to be a substitution, and Derby Enos is coming in for Solar Universe. It's a little hard for us. We don't really know exactly who's coming in, but I know Derby Enos is coming in for Kavika Smith. Sensley with the basketball goes hard to the hoop, has the ball knocked away. Foul is called, and Sensley will go to the line for the second time.
Well, Nick Velasquez came in and
for Wells strategy, number 20.
Wells strategy.
Velasquez played his basketball at Western Washington.
Yeah, he signed with Western. He's going to go there. He played for Punahou last year, for this year, and he's going to Western.
Sensley makes the second free throw to pull his team within 2. Another substitution now. Curtis Tavares coming in. Oh, I'm sorry, no.
Broados coming back.
Yeah, Broados is coming back. Sorry for that.
Kavika Lyons is in, and he led the league in three-point shooting this summer. So he's in for
Kavika Lyons is averaging 5 threes a game.
Yeah, he's dangerous scorer.
Sensley makes the second free throw. We've got a 1-point game again, Coach. Webster Chan dribbling the ball. He's going to fire up an NBA 3, and it's all net. And if you're a UH fan, you have to love that one. Hand in his face, and he's still all net on the 3.
Well, you know, you said that was an NBA 3. That was a half-court 3.
I'm just being charitable. Kavika Smith with the basketball into Sensley. Sensley makes the shot over Zane Johnson and fouled. And we've seen Zane before complaining a little bit to the officials, that time to Tommy Yoshida. Also out there, Tony Colazzo and Ryan Wells calling this game. And you said earlier Zane would have a tough time with Sensley's power, and we saw it right there.
Yeah, that was a little bit of Patrick Matthews there. You know, he lost control of the ball. He still made the shot, you know, and now he's at the free throw line. When he wants to play, he's about, without a doubt, the best basketball player in this NCAA.
About Sensley's up and down.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
I sure do.
Free throw. Pulls his team to within 1, and he's perfect from the line. He's the only guy that's gone to the line. Solar Universe still up by 1. We've played 8 minutes. Spearman into Johnson, who goes hard. Bump, still makes the basket. No call. Zane Johnson with the layup. Nick Velasquez now playing the point for Wells strategy. Over to Kavika Lyons, top of the key. Kavika looks for an opening. Can't find one. Koulibaly with a 3, in and out. Rebound goes to Solar Universe, pretty uncontested. Trying to run is Derby Enos. Derby looking to throw up the 3, but decides to go inside. Nice pass inside. Derby Enos now in the corner. He'll fire up an 8-footer off the rim. Rebound goes to Wells strategy. They come back trailing by 3. On our roster, they have 2 number 11s, but I believe number 12 is P.E. Min. And as I say it, I believe that's Mins who ties the game at 21.
Another 3. That's about 4 or 5 already today.
For a second, I thought they had 2 guys with the same number. We got a tie ball game. We played almost a little more than 9 minutes. 3-pointers no good. And Wells strategy now with the first opportunity to take the lead. Here comes Sensei. Oh, high dribble, no call. Loses the ball. It's going to be an easy basket for Spearman on a breakaway. Solar Universe 23, Wells Strategy 21. First turnover, I believe, for Wells Strategy. This is that Chris Dillard with the basketball now? Chris Dillard over to Kavika Lions. Koulibaly with the basketball. Gives it up to Sensley on the outside. We'll see if he takes that three again. Over Patrick Matthews now. Sensley, Matthews doing a pretty good job right there. Sensley shoots over him. Wild shot off the front of the rim, right at the shot clock. He knew he had no more time left, but goes off the rim, so the clock will start again. Well, strategy from the corner. Velasquez shot, no good. Here comes Solar Universe running with Zane Johnson. Well, that was almost a half-court shot, Coach, by Zane.
You know, the only time those shots are good is when they go in. So
I hear you. 23-21, 9:30 to play. Well, strategy trailing by 2, 23-21. Over to Velasquez. He's going to go to the basket. Over Spearman. Can't get the basket to go. Rebound by Solar Universe, and there's a timeout by Artie Wilson. So we've got our first timeout. 23 for Solar Universe, 21 for Wells Strategy. So, Coach, we're seeing exactly what we thought. They're on a 100-point pace.
as usual, no problem. The guys just have to be prepared to take those threes. They have to be prepared to go to the basket in the second half when they're shooting the three. And they're going to have to score a lot of points. I'm telling you, in Summer League, it's who scores the most points that win the game. I get really upset when people say they don't play defense. And, I've said this on the last broadcast. I've been coaching for 40 years. I don't know anybody that plays defense. I never met the guy.
Princeton.
College.
Princeton.
No, they were called holding the ball for 35 seconds, or if it wasn't a 35-second clock, they held the ball most of the time. That's not defense. That's slow down offense.
But, Coach, we have seen over the years in the Summer League, guys have a great summer because defense is not the primary focus. And then when they have to play legitimate Division I basketball, they don't quite show the same offensive prowess that they did during the Summer League.
I agree with you 100%. The reason for that is that they are not allowed to shoot the ball at random like they do now. They have to conform to an offense and they have to do something. So it's a lot different when you're playing for University of Hawaii than when you're playing in the Summer League casting off on 20 shots.
Back out of the timeout. Derek Lowe's pass is stolen. Here comes Wells Strategy on a break into the corner. Shot is way short by Broadus. About 2 feet short, so here comes Solar Universe. Enos all the way down court with the layup. Misses the layup. Rebound controlled by Wells Strategy. So both teams missing some close-in shots here. Wells Strategy with the basketball. Broadhouse at the top of the key. Over to Mins. Mins will fire up a second three, and he's hit 2 threes, and he's a guy that UH hasn't seen much so far, but he's hit 2 threes, Coach.
Well, he was Player of the Year in the ILH when he was a senior at Kamehameha. And I was a basketball coach for HPU then. I tried like heck to get him, but he wouldn't sign with me, so it was my loss, that's for sure.
Wells Strategy takes its first lead of the game with 8:23 to play. They go up 24-23, and on the turnover, they come the other way. So Coach Marco Johnson has his team up for the first time tonight in the first semifinal game of the Summer League. All the way to the basket. Broadus misses. Rebound grab by Zane Johnson. Here comes Enos playing the point for Coach Artie Wilson, Solar Universe. Over to Lowe. Oh, there's a travel not called. 3 is short. It's funny to watch Artie's team. They literally have 5 guards. Zane Johnson, I think, is the tallest guy they got. Long shot taken by Broadus, and he hits that. And he puts his team up by 4. So Wells Strategy trailing for the most of the first 10 minutes, now up by 4. In the corner, wide open, Webster Chan. Shot is no good. Here comes Broadus all the way, 90 feet gets fouled as he goes to the hoop. So Solo Universe gone cold the last couple of minutes.
Well, Jeff, you mentioned that they have 5 guards. I think everyone out there should realize, the coaches in the beginning of the summer league choose the team. They choose the team. So if you choose to have 5 outstanding guards, and by the time you get to your choice and the big men are gone, you're left without a big man. I already picked some very, very good guards and lost out on some big men.
Well, Broadass makes the first free throw, and if I'm thinking this right, Coach, and you can tell me, Well Strategy has made 4 out of 4 free throws. I don't think Solar Universe has been to the line.
They haven't. They haven't.
Well Strategy now going for its 5th consecutive free throw.
Now
Broadass makes it.
There's 2 reasons for that. Solar hasn't shot. Either they're playing good defense or they're playing no defense, one or the other.
That's a good choice. Spearman goes to the line, and just when we say it, he goes hard to the hoop, makes the basket, and he gets fouled. So
this young man here, Brandon Spearman, he plays for the University of Hawaii. I've watched all their games. He is so aggressive. He plays at such a high tempo. He is really, it makes him very effective. And when he learns a change of pace, he'll be absolutely
well, Coach, his problem has been he does not have any shot from outside 3 feet. He can go to the hoop and he plays good defense. He misses the free throw, and South Sensley now at top of the key, tries to drive through, gets cut off, throws it back out to Stetzel, Stetzel cut off. He's nice pass inside. Shot is missed by Quentin Leathers. Had a wide open shot.
3 layups that Leathers has missed now. 3.
You can't miss layups in the summer league, I'll tell you that. Basket is good right at the shot clock. 31 for Well Strategy, 25 Solar Universe. We've got 6.5 minutes to play in the first half. And Webster Chan now with the basketball. He fires up a 4-pointer. They'll just give him 3, all net. Boy, he is really showing some outside shooting, Coach.
He's a player, no question. He was a big recruit at Missouri, and he played well at Missouri. He played about 15, 16 minutes a game and came over, and that's a great get for Coach Arnold, I'll tell you that right now.
He's going to get home and play because UH is going to play an away game at Missouri.
Wow.
Shot no good. Sensley with the rebound. He's tied up, and he's fouled going up with the rebound. So Sensley will go back to the line, and this will be his 3rd time at the line.
And the reason for that is he's the biggest guy on the floor.
No question.
And when he gets the ball, they're not going to be able to contain him, and they foul him. And, either he makes the shot and gets a foul, or he gets 2 free throws. But he's been at the line 4 or 5 times already.
The only guy close to him in height is Webster Chan, but it looks like Sensley's got at least 30 pounds on Webster Chan.
Well, Webster's he's a perimeter player. Julian can play inside and outside. Julian was an all-WAC selection when he was at UH, and he was an all-state selection when he was at Colorado. This young man, like you said before, Coach Jeff, when he wants to play, he can play.
He makes 1 of 2. And Well Strategy up by 4, 32-28. We've got almost 5.5 minutes to play. Solar Universe, Webster Chan blows the layup, and here comes Steitzel. He's tied up. Little defense played there by Nikola Filipovic. I have not seen him before.
Filipovic is going to be a walk-on at the University of Hawaii. His father is a basketball agent, so it should be interesting. I like to see him in practice. I'm going to go to a few practices, see how he does.
His father's an agent?
His father's a basketball agent.
That's scary right there.
Yeah.
Solar Universe with the basketball. Behrman with the bucket, and Artie's team, Solar Universe, Artie Wilson, pulls to within 2. 32-30, Well Strategy with the lead. Sensley handling the ball a lot on the perimeter. Gets rid of the ball inside to Stitzel. Loses it going up for the layup, and here comes Solar Universe with a chance to tie, and Filipovic with the basketball over to Spearman. Now back over to Lowe. Lowe with behind the back pass over to the left side. Filipovic misses the three short from the corner. Ball bouncing around, and here comes Wells' strategy into Levin. And he finally makes his layup, Coach.
Boy, Quentin, nice shot, too. It was a good shot. It was a hard shot. Good one.
34-30, Wells' strategy leading with 4.5 to play here in the first half. Webster Chan dribbling a lot, goes inside and gets fouled as he goes to the hoop. It seems to me, Coach, if you don't fire up a three and you go hard to the hoop, you're going to get fouled.
Well,
you don't see much help defense is what I'm saying. Nobody's stepping in.
I think I used to call it reaching and grabbing.
Yeah,
and, you know,
right.
you have to really be careful because that's what usually happens.
So Webster Chan at the line makes the first free throw to pull his team within 3. You think they officiate this game a little bit different than they would?
Well, you know, that was brought up. That was brought up at last game. You know, all the years in Hawaii, you know, whenever we used to play in Hawaii, we never fouled out. Whenever we played on the mainland, we always got in foul trouble because they call the game so much different. It's much more of a physical game in Hawaii. The officials let you play. It's a rough game.
Like Big Ten basketball.
And you have to play. Yeah, it sure is. You have to play hard because they're not going to call ticky-tack fouls. That's for darn sure.
Solar Universe trails by 2. Wells strategy with the basketball. We've got about 4 minutes to play. Min over to Steitzel. Sensley misses a 3 off the rim. Well, Solar Universe with the rebound. And here they come. Derek Lowe brought back to play in the semifinal game. That coach, Hardy Wilson, doesn't miss a trick. Zane Johnson with a different hairstyle since the last time I saw him.
Different hair color, too.
Yes. Ball bouncing around now. A little sloppy here in the last 4 minutes. Filipovic misses the shot. That's why he's a walk-on, Coach. Essentially trying to take over here, but passes the ball out. Well strategy, up by 2 with the basketball into Steitzel's hands. Sensley goes over Johnson. Johnson, good defense that time, partial block. Shot is short. Here comes Solar Universe. Spearman drives hard to the hoop, goes up, misses the layup, can't get his rebound, and we go the other way. Well, strategy coming back with the lead. Ball going around the perimeter. Mins thought about the 3, but he's got 3 guys on him, Coach. A little defense being played here by Solar Universe, and that's going to call a timeout. Marco Johnson saw his guys getting double teamed out on the perimeter. He's thinking, wait a minute, this is the summer league.
You're not supposed to be playing defense.
No, you're not supposed to be double teaming on the perimeter.
I don't know if they'll break 50 at half.
No, you're right. It's really
so.
slowed down. A lot of missed shots.
A lot of missed shots. Well, you know, they played at the Manoa Rec, and then they came to Marino High School. The gym is gym is much bigger. The rims are a little bit different. The background of in the baskets is way different. So you know, they have to make an adjustment. And Artie's team did not play last time.
I was going to ask,
Well strategy played, so they're
Artie
a little bit,
bit,
they're a little bit more acclimated to Marino than the Marino gym than Solar Universe.
Right, because Well strategy had to win Tuesday to get into the semifinal. Artie's team got the bye because they ended up 6 and 4,
Yeah, they ended up second place.
behind Central Medical Clinic, who'll play at 8:30. Well strategy with the basketball. We got about 2.5 minutes left here in a very low-scoring first half.
Oh!
Shot clock violation.
Did you see that?
After a timeout, inexcusable, Coach. I wonder what you would be thinking right now. You call a timeout and you still get a shot clock violation. Coach Johnson cannot be happy. Solar Universe, no good on the shot, but grabbed the rebound right back up. I didn't see what that was. Was that Kavika Smith?
Kavika Smith on a follow-up off of an offensive rebound.
We've got a tie game here with 2 minutes to play at 34. Mins goes hard to the hoop and scores easily, 36-34. Well strategy back in the lead. Here comes Solar Universe. Derek Lowe, been pretty quiet. His three-pointer is off both rims and out. Here comes Weld Strategy with a chance to lengthen that two-point lead. Koulibaly has the ball go off of his thigh and out of bounds. We've got a turnover going the other way. Well, if you took the under here in the first half.
Well, you took the under and you took a breath, you might be, it'd be all right. And the crowd is starting to fill up. A little bit more people than there were the other night, so.
Nice reverse pivot layup right there. We've got a tie basketball game. Here comes Broadus. Looking to drive, cut off, almost loses it. Over to Sensley, he's going to go hard to the hoop. His layup is right in, and they can't stop Sensley.
He wants to.
We got 1 minute to go, and we got Weld Strategy up by a deuce. Solar Universe with the basketball. Bad pass inside. They're going to call a foul on that?
No, they're going to call that
out of bounds.
Yeah.
That was a bad lob pass. Fortunately, Solar Universe will keep the basketball. They've got 21 seconds left on the shot clock. Webster Chan takes it hard. Reverse pivot layup, scores, and is fouled.
Well, you see that kind of reaction on offense and that kind of movement. It's not something that the coach goes in the gym and says, here's what I want you to do. That's just his ability that's doing that. And that means that, the young man does have a lot of ability. Whenever a Division I team gives you a scholarship and you transfer, you can be assured that he was a Division I talent coming out of high school.
Foul shot misses. So we have a time game with 45 seconds to play. So Solar Universe will get the ball again. Sensley tries to drive through the middle, but is blocked off. Ball goes into the corner. Baseline layup is good by Broadus, and so Weld Strategy with a 2-point lead. Still have 30 seconds to go. Solar Universe looking for the tying shot right here. Webster Chan loses it but gets it back. Shot misses, so Weld Strategy now. No shot clock, but that's a bad play by Weld Strategy. Leads to a lob. There's a foul right there, but Weld Strategy could have run the shot clock down. Tried to fast break, had the ball knocked away, and Solar Universe will now go to the line with a chance to tie the game. And I know it's the Summer League, Coach, but you expect players to know with no shot clock, up by 2, you pull that ball out.
Well, it is the Summer League, and sometimes they do things that are a little surprising, and that's why they call it the Summer League.
I got it. Spearman at the line. First free throw is no good. We've got 10 seconds left. Solar Universe trails by 2, 40-38. Spearman with his second free throw attempt to pull his team to within 1. It's good. So now Weld Strategy, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Solar Universe pulls back, and it's going to be a last shot here for Weld Strategy.
Let's give it to Julius Sensley.
They gave it to Sensley, but the clock went off, and it's halftime, Coach.
Well, we're going to have be cut off here. We have a glitch, and we'll return after they fix it up. So look forward to seeing you again.
Surprise is that both teams have not hit the 50-point mark. This is Jeff Portnoy along with Coach Tony Salido. And, Coach, we expected both teams to hit 100, but it wasn't the best shooting half I'm sure you've seen all summer.
No, it wasn't. I think as you get towards the finals, it's more competitive. There's a little more tense players out there on the floor, so they're trying to perform as well as they can, and sometimes, you know how that goes. Sometimes there's a little pressure. I always used to say, don't tell me how good a free throw shooter you are. Tell me how good you shoot free throws in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Well, let's look at the stats. Some guys are performing as expected. Some guys are not. For Solar Universe, Kavika Smith, who's averaging 13 points a game, already has 8. And Nagus Webster Chan, averaging 23 points a game, has 12. Spearman, averaging 22, has 11. So those guys have met their halftime averages. Derek Lowe, however, who was brought back for this game, averaging 15 points a game, only has 4. And we've seen this before. Zane Johnson, who's been averaging 28 points a game, has 4 points at halftime, and that's why Solar Universe trails.
Yeah, you know, like I said, some of the guys are a little uptight, I guess, and, you know, they know it's a big game. I know Brandon Spearman has missed some shots he would normally make, so, you know, I think they'll relax in the second half, and we'll see a little bit more offense.
For Wealth Strategy, Keola Stetzel, averaging 7 points a game, has 3. Here's a guy that's only averaging 6 points a game. P.E. Mins already has 8. Kavika Lyons with 12. Wally Koulibaly, who I watched in Maui and is averaging 16 points a game, only has 3. William Broadus, averaging 17, has 11. Leathers has 2. And Julian Sensley has really kept his team in the game. He's got 13 at the half. And as we say, Wealth Strategy, which had to win on Tuesday to get into the semifinal game, has a 1-point lead over Solar Universe. So your thoughts before we go to our halftime guests?
Well, you know, I've noticed the substitution pattern is a lot different. The starters are playing a lot more. Fewer guys have come onto the floor to substitute, and when they have only stayed a little while. P. Mims stayed because he got hot and he hit 4 field goals, so he stayed on the floor. So it looks like whoever's playing good is going to play, and some of the players have to pick up their game in the second half.
Well, we're going to step aside, you and I, for a little break. There's 5 minutes left here during the half, and we're going to bring in a guy that UH fans might remember and Summer League fans have seen a lot. Tess Whitlock, who's going to give us 4 minutes, us 2 old guys, to do what we need to do.
The College Summer League 2013. I'm here with a guest that actually needs no introduction, Al Davis of the Fab Five. Good to see you. How you doing, big fella?
Real good, Tess. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad to get you out here. We don't get a lot of you guys out in the community that much, so it's good to really see you out here tonight. I want to ask you a couple questions about these young guys and about the game you see. Starting with the red team. The red team's down, I think, a point at halftime. What are some of the things you see with them that they can do to win this game tonight?
Well, the red team is a little bit bigger than the gold team, and I think that their big people need to get closer to the basket. They're wasting a lot of energy out front here, messing with the ball. I think Sensley and the other big guys, if they get down on the block and just get the ball down there, turn and face the basket, rather than trying to do all of this other stuff that they're doing. It's going to save them a lot of energy and will probably be beneficial to their team.
Yeah. And with this gold team, what are some of the things you see with the gold team?
Well, the gold team has a lot of guards, so, you know, they're going to beat you from the floor. You live by the jump shot, you die by the jump shot. I think the red team, if they can limit them to 1 shot, they have a really good chance of beating these guys, you know. The gold team is a little bit quicker than the red team in terms of when they have the ball. Outside of that, you know, I think the red team has a really good chance of winning this. They're up 1 point here at the half, so we'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned a little bit about the guys doing probably a little bit too much with the ball. What are some of the things, it could be 1 or 2 things, what are some of the things that have changed with the game today versus when you played?
Well, I think the guys today have a lot more ability than they did, natural ability than they did when we played. I think some of the guys when we played are a little bit smarter. We used what we had. We did that to our benefit and what have you. We didn't have a lot of wasted motion and so forth in our games and so forth. And we had pretty intelligent players. I had a really intelligent point guard, an off guard that could really shoot the ball. And of course we had Bob Nash and John Pennybacker. We had 5 guys that really blended in well together.
You know, there's been a couple transfers, and this is kind of off script, but there was a couple transfers here this year at the University of Hawaii. If there was an advice that you can give to a young guy coming over to the University of Hawaii, if there's something you can tell him out of your experience of being over there, what are some of the more important things that some of these kids need to know on their way over here to the island?
Well, I think, you know, they got to play as a team. You know, this is a community here where if you win, they'll come. If you don't win, you're going to have problems packing that arena. So patience is one of the things that I think they're going to have to really come into play with these guys. But they got to play as a team. You know, they got an Ohana over here where they like to see a team or a family type concept, and I think that's what's going to have to happen.
Well, it was good to see you. You look good as usual. I always see you out there. You're looking good. Al Davis, Tess Whitlock, Summer League, College Summer League 2013.
Enjoyed that halftime interview, Portnoy and Coach Salido. 40 Wells Strategy, 39 Solar Universe. As we begin the second half, and Zane Johnson will take the ball out for Solar Universe, now going left to right on your television dial, as you can see. Solar Universe led the first 10 minutes, but Wells Strategy took a lead, and they've kept it. And Zane Johnson, who's only got 4 points, misses a three-pointer from the corner. Here comes Wells Strategy down the other way with a 1-point lead. William Broadus with the basketball. Over to Keola Stetzel. Stetzel playing the point most of this first half, Coach. Looks inside, can't find anybody into the corner. Koulibaly's three is good. And Wells Strategy increases the lead to 4, 43-39.
Wally had 29 points the other night. I'm sure he likes this gym. I have a lot to say about guys who like and dislike gyms, you know. Hey, you're a basketball player. You play anywhere you want, outside, inside. Be a player.
I watched him in Maui, and he was unbelievable during the Thanksgiving tournament last year.
He was a freshman against me, I dreaded it. He was a tough kid to guard.
Sensley gives the ball up. Broadus three misses. Solar Universe into the corner.
Negus, I thought Negus would shoot.
Chan thought about it, decided not to take it. Three is short. And so Wells Strategy with a 4-point lead and the basketball over to Stetzel. Stetzel dribbles into the middle of the court, guarded by Spearman, one of the better defenders out there. Good inside pass. The stuff is missed. Leathers misses the first stuff, makes the second one.
That's 2 out of 6.
Yeah, 1 out of 2 on the jams. 6-point Wells Strategy lead, and this one beginning to get a little uncomfortable for Coach Wilson, pacing the sideline. Solar Universe, a long three is no good, but they get the rebound through Derek Lowe inside to Zane Johnson. He gets hacked as he goes to the basket. I think that foul will be on Koulibaly. So Zane Johnson will go to the line. His team trails by 6. We've got plenty of time left, almost 18 minutes in this first semifinal game in the Summer League Championships. Next game will be at 8:30, and it will have Central Medical Clinic, the #1 seed, coached by Dave Patterson, against Clark Hatch Fitness, coached by Tim Thorpe. Johnson's free throw misses, but the rebound is grabbed by Wells Strategy. By Solar Universe, and they pull within 4. Stetzel dribbling across the timeline. Ball goes into the corner. Looking to Sensley. Gets the ball out to Koulibaly. His layup misses badly, but they grab the rebound. Koulibaly over to Leathers. Leathers is now 3 for 6, Coach.
Nice. That was a very nice pass by Leathers to Koulibaly on that layup. Koulibaly hit another layup.
Nice pass inside by Solar Universe. Kavika Smith with a great inside pass. Basket's good. Spearman scores and will go to the line to try to pull his team to within 3. They trail by 4, 47-43, 22 to play in this first semifinal game. Hope you're enjoying this game wherever you may be on our massive television network.
Olelo, channel 49 digital.
Free throw is good. Well, Strategy trails is up by 3. That's not the guy you want dribbling the basketball. Julian Sensley out at midcourt being guarded by Zane Johnson. Sensley says, I'm going to take you, but he can't do it. Gets the ball off to Broadus. Broadus at the top of the free throw line, drives hard, misses the layup, comes up short. The rebound goes off of Solar Universe, so Well Strategy will maintain the basketball with a new shot clock as that ball hit the rim. Stetzel will take it out under his own basket. Over to Leathers, back to Stetzel. Stetzel tries to shoot, but he's the shortest guy on the court. Over to Broadus. Rebound controlled. Rebound misses, but a foul on Leathers. Leathers will go to the line.
You know, Leathers is a very talented, unrefined player. When he gets his skills settled down, he's going to be murder. He jumps very, very well. He's very big. He's very thick. And you know, he goes to the ball and for the ball. So, you know, that's hard to teach. He's got that down. He's just not refined yet. He'll get there.
Is he playing for Navy?
He's in the Navy.
Oh, he's in the Navy. Okay. It had Navy down for a school.
Navy is where he's at.
Well, he must be on a couple of base teams, and he makes both free throws. Funny free throw shooting style, but both drop in, and 5-point lead for Well Strategy, 16:45 to play. Solar Universe with its 5 guards trying to get back in the game. Low, the inside pass, good basket. Kavika Smith will score and go to the line, pulls his team to within 3, and another chance now for a 3-point play.
Well, you know, Kavika Smith played for me in college. You know, he was good inside, he was good outside, he could run, he could jump. He's a terrific wide receiver in football. He's just a very, very good athlete, and he's very athletic out there if you watch him.
I heard everything he learned from his coach.
I wish it
That's
was
what you told me to say. You passed me that note. Free throw is good. He pulls this team to within 2. Stetzel being guarded by Derek Lowe. Very close. Stetzel's doing a good job against Derek Lowe. That's an off-balance, bad summer league shot. Doesn't fall.
No such thing as a bad summer league shot.
Well, there's a steal. Leathers tried to go to the basket, had it knocked away by Spearman, who's the best defender out there. Nice move. Cannot convert, though. And then Brandon Spearman, a spin move, missed the shot, grabbed his rebound, and scored. And we have a tie game with 15 minutes plus to play at 49. And there's a timeout by Well Strategy by Marco Johnson.
Brandon Spearman, very, just a very aggressive kid. Hustles after the ball all the time, never gives up. And I think that's a big part of his game, without a doubt.
Well, Coach, unless one of these teams really takes off, the winning team is probably going to score 90, not 100.
Yeah, they may not score 90 either. There haven't been a lot of scoring in this game, and there hasn't been a lot of out three-point shots. Negus Chan passed up a couple of them I thought he was going to take, and he's been a little quiet, so we'll see. Maybe they'll get hot in the last 10 minutes of the game.
Well, and Kavika Lyons, who's averaging 5 threes a game, I think has made 1.
Well, he hasn't hardly played, has he?
No.
I think he's coming in now, but he hasn't played very much, and he hasn't shot the ball. He hasn't shot the ball maybe a couple times.
Koulibaly takes the ball out for Well Strategy in a tie basketball game. They had led by as much as 5. Back to Sensley, who hasn't done much here in the second half, but he's going to just try to open the game up. And he bombs a 25-footer all net. Sensley, it seems to me, is the key to Well Strategy's success. Derek Lowe into the corner. Webster Chan, we talked about him not scoring much here. Backward pass, but you get away with that in the summer league to Spearman. Back to Vika Smith for the layup along the baseline. That's the first offensive set I've seen all game. We've got a one-point game, Coach. Well Strategy up by 1.
It was a nice go to the basket by Kavika. Nice pass by Brandon Spearman.
Sensley inside, outside, over to Koulibaly. Coming the other way, here comes Well Strategy for an easy, fast break. Kavika Lions, Solar Universe, Webster Chan with the easy basket. And Solar Universe, coach, takes the lead, 53-52.
First time in a long time.
They led early, but Well Strategy has been up by as much as 5. And there's a, can I say it, cheap foul on the outside. And you can tell that Brandon Spearman can't understand how he can get called for that all the way away from the basket in this game.
Was that Brandon or was that?
Oh, I think it was on Brandon because he's complaining about it.
Zane Johnson, yeah. He just
Johnson now on Sensley. Sensley forced outside, being guarded by Kavika Smith. Sensley go over Smith, misses that shot. Rebound controlled by Solar Universe, who have a 1-point lead with 14 minutes to play in the game. Spearman takes it down top of the key, and that's a shot you do not see Brandon Spearman make very much. The 3 from the top of the 3.
Well, you know, he's a streak shooter. He's a streak shooter. He's not a consistent shooter. He's a streak shooter. Once he gets going, though, you know, you got to be really careful. He can get hot real easy.
Solar Universe now with a 4-point lead. Well Strategy with the basketball. And there's a 3 from the corner, which will bring Well Strategy. I'm sorry, they only give him a 2. So Solar Universe up by 2, 56-54 with 13:40 to play. A step back shot. Now that's a poor shot by Spearman. 14-footer, and he misses everything by 2 feet. Nice passing. Koulibaly with a wide open 3. Wide open 3. And Well Strategy now comes back to take a 1-point lead.
Now the scoring's picking up. A lot more threes are being made and shot, and the scoring is picking up. We're almost in the 60s already with 13 minutes to go.
Derek Lowe showing you why he was as good a player as he was at Washington State with the crossover layup. Put his team back up by 1, 58-57.
Derek Lowe's going to play a pro in the Ukraine this year. Again, he played in the Ukraine last year, but he's playing for a different team this year, so he's looking forward to that.
Just got married, his stepfather told me.
He spent the honeymoon in Tahiti.
Oh, very nice. You can do that when you're a pro basketball player. Zane Johnson, now if he gets hot, watch out, Well Strategy. Zane Johnson with the 3. Solar Universe has now reversed a 5-point deficit. They are up by 4 with 12:20 to play. That's another touch foul that I don't understand.
Artie's getting a little more animated now that he has the lead.
Brandon Spearman called for another touch foul away from the basketball. It's not a shooting foul. Webster Chan will take it. I'm sorry, Kavika Lions will take it out for Well Strategy. They go inside for the reverse layup. Misses, Sensley misses badly. Solar Universe with the rebound. Coming down quickly is Derek Lowe. They lose the ball, and this will be an easy 2-pointer for Well Strategy. Nobody close to Julian Sensley. That's an easy basket. 61-59, Solar Universe. 12 minutes to play here in the first semifinal here at Maryknoll Gym.
This is gonna come down to the wire, Jeffrey.
Oh my goodness, people will not be able to watch America's Got Talent. Derek Lowe, hard to the hoop with the easy scoop layup. Misses it, rebound controlled by Well Strategy. Koulibaly going all the way into the corner. The broadest misses the 3. Rebound controlled by Solar Universe.
Instead, they're going to watch Hawaii's Got Talent.
We're the talent.
Olelo.
We're the talent. Spearman with a reverse layup is stuffed by Sensley. You're not going to go score that over Sensley. The quick 3 is short. Solar Universe back with the basketball. Everybody trying threes now. Here's another one. Spearman wide open. And Artie Wilson's 3-guard offense beginning to score now from outside. 64-59 with 10+ minutes to play. Solar Universe with a 5-point lead. Koulibaly Just dribbling the ball, running the clock down a little bit. Goes to the right-hand side of the court, trying to get by Zane Johnson. Gets it into Sensley, who's looking to drive, guarded by two guys. Back out to Coulibaly. He's going to take a 25-footer, and he drills it. We got a three-point shooting contest going on, Coach, like you predicted. Johnson with the quick pass. Thought he got fouled twice underneath. No call. Wow. Spearman misses the three. Great rebounding attempt. Who was that came flying in there? That Patrick Matthews into the game?
Yeah. Patrick Matthews, and now Kavika Smith comes back.
Matthews with a great attempt to control that rebound. His team is up by 2. We got 10 minutes to go. Well, strategy with the basketball. Broadhouse bringing the ball up. It's got Coulibaly on the wing, gets the ball into Coulibaly. Sensley on the inside. They're double teaming Sensley, leaving guys open like Coulibaly, who misses a wide open three. You live by the three, Coach, you die by the three. Webster Chan's three is short, but a great rebound, great pass inside. Stuffed. Spearman is stuffed. And there's a whistle, timeout called by Artie Wilson with 21 seconds left on the shot clock. We got a 64-62 game. Solar Universe up by 2, 9:34 to play. And Coach, they are bombing the threes now. Some are going in, some aren't.
Every game I've watched, threes rained all over the court all the time, and it gives a young guy a chance to show how well he can shoot the ball. The game is getting tight. It's very important. We're in the last 9 minutes of the game, so it's going to tighten up some guys shooting a little bit. Maybe they'll get a little bit nervous. So it'd be kind of interesting to see who steps up and really performs well in the last 9 minutes of the game.
Well, both teams have great three-point shooters, so you expect them to be firing up those threes as we get down, as you say, to the last 9 minutes of the game. So Solar Universe has 21 seconds on the offensive end to try to lengthen their lead. Spearman will take it out underneath. Over to Webster Chan. Webster Chan in the corner, guarded by P.E. Mins. Shoots over Mins. Lucky shot, he did not call bank. Makes the basket. Don't you have to call bank?
Well, when people make those kind of shots, I kind of always like in the back of my mind, give them credit for shooting. A lot of guys wouldn't have taken that shot because it wasn't a good shot.
There's a double turnover. Solar Universe turned it over. Well, strategy gets it back, and wow, out of control now. Great fake. Great pump fake by Coulibaly to bring his team to within 2. Little injury there. Can't tell who that is rubbing his eye. Derek Lowe over to Webster, back to Lowe. He misses the layup, has the shot blocked. Matthews out on the corner, back to Brandon Spearman, and they're going to set up. P.E. Mins will set it up now over to Webster Chan. Webster Chan takes it, and is fouled. Drive into the basket, so he'll go to the line.
Player. He's a player. No question.
Well, you're playing in Missouri, even though he didn't get a lot of minutes. He's still in a big-time program.
He got a lot of minutes. And the reason why he said he transferred is because he started out the season with 30 minutes a game, and it kind of went down after that to 15, 14, 13, and he decided to leave.
Well, that's what I meant. His minutes kept decreasing.
Kept decreasing, so he wanted to come to a place where he could show his talent, I guess. And he came to University of Hawaii. Thank goodness. Good player. Excellent player. Great offensive.
Makes both free throws. Gives his team a 4-point lead and 8.5 minutes to play. Well strategy with the basketball. And Sensley going to walk the ball up the court. Being guarded by Matthews. Another mismatch if Sensley decides to take it hard. Well strategy kind of in a little bit. Solar Universe in a little bit of a zone, but it doesn't stop Sensley.
Total mismatch. I mean, he can do what he wants out there.
We got a 2-point basketball game. Solar Universe with the lead in the basketball. There's a steal. Here comes Sensley with 20 points already. Over to Coulibaly. Now back to man. Solar Universe. For a minute, it looked like they were playing a little bit of a box and one or a semi-zone. You don't see much of that in the summer league.
No zones allowed in the summer league.
Yeah, no zones allowed. Okay. Mims goes hard to the rim. Nice layup, and Mims ties this game at 68. P. Min showing me he's already got 10 points. He's only averaging 6.
Is he averaging 6? I didn't think he was averaging that much.
Says 6 right here. Basket is good. Solar Universe back in the lead. No team has led this game by more than 5. Over to Mins. Sensley is going to get fouled. Oh, no foul. Oh, come on. Matthews ran into him. Hey, Coach, I don't know about that one. What do you got to do to get a foul call?
No comment. I can't believe he can't see, so I won't say anything.
That's unbelievable. He ran right into him. That's unbelievable. Webster Chan with the layup gives his team a 4-point lead, and the clock is beginning to be a factor. 6.5 to play, and Solar Universe up by 4, 72-68. Koulibaly will walk the ball up court with those green sneakers. You let your players wear those lime-colored sneakers?
I was never really a shoe guy, so.
I like the ones that have the lights on them that the 5-year-olds wear. Sensley with a long shot from the corner over Matthews. Sensley, 23 points. We said it earlier, if Wealth Strategy wins this game, it's because of Julian Sensley's performance. His team still trails by 1, though. Solar Universe goes hard inside. Ball is stolen. And who is it with the ball? Sensley. Here comes Wealth Strategy with a chance to take the lead.
Jeff, every coach that Sensley has played for has said that his biggest enemy is himself. And tonight he wants to play, and this is the way he plays when he wants to.
Matthews really not able to defend him.
No.
Sensley just wants to take over the game.
Not anything about...
That one with Matthews in his face. This is the Julian Sensley show. 26 points, and Artie Wilson has got to figure out what to do with Julian Sensley. His team now trails by 2. He calls a timeout.
Well, he's 6'9", and he just made a 25, 26-foot
with
shot.
A guy in his face.
With a guy in his face, a smaller guy in his face. Literally, in the games I've seen where he wanted to play, he can do whatever he wants. He's that good of a basketball player. And every time I've ever seen him play, his only enemy is himself. And he usually doesn't get back on defense, so I'm sure Artie will run a couple plays where they pick him, and he doesn't go around the picks too well. And let
he never did
go.
like defense.
No, he never did. Nobody.
But it's a little bit of a shame.
Let's not go there.
It's a little bit of a shame when a guy with as much talent as Julian has had the issues that have kept him from really, I think, achieving his potential.
Yeah, well, I think everybody that's watched him play, you see maybe a small percentage of his potential every time you watch him play, because he has that just dormant there, just laying there. And when he gets upset and when he wants to show people what he can do, and the thing that impresses me is that the bigger the crowd, the better he plays.
Well, he doesn't want to give the ball up the last few minutes, and I can see why. He's taken over completely. His team trailed by 5 2 minutes ago. Wealth Strategy now up by 2 with 5 to play. So Solar Universe has got to figure out a way to maintain or contain, Julian Sensley. Here they come down, Wealth Strategy, Solar Universe inside. Has it stolen away. It's going to be an easy basket to Koulibaly. And Wealth Strategy up now by 4. They trailed by 5 2 minutes ago. What is this call? Turnover? What was that? I don't know what that call is because Solar Universe is maintaining the basketball.
Koulibaly touched the ball out of bounds. They thought they had it stolen.
Okay, thanks. Well, here comes Solar Universe with 5 minutes to play, down by 4. Derek Lowe, they need to go to their pro. Derek Lowe, nice pass inside. Nice pass to Kavika Smith, and it goes again. He did not call bank on the turnaround with a chance to bring his team within 1. And credit Derek Lowe. with a great pass into the middle.
Well, that was a circus shot by Kavika. I work with him on that.
Oh, yeah, of course. I knew that. I told you that before. Everything he knows, it's because of his coach.
I worked with him on that shot for a long time. What a shot that was. He's so acrobatic. He's so athletic. It's very, some of the things he does, you go, no. Oh, good shot, because he's very athletic.
But credit Derek Lowe. I mean, you can see the skill there of looking for the guy right in the middle with a great bounce pass. And the shot was a lot easier than it looked.
Derek is on the same level as Julian Sensley. He's right up there as one of the best players to come out of Hawaii. He's really a good player. He has great court sense. He's a great passer. But Derek Lowe is a real deal. He can play.
Well, did you also teach Kavika Smith how to make free throws before he steps to the line? So you're not going to take credit if he makes them? Okay. All right, that's good.
I'm not going to take any credit for it.
All right. Well, he can pull his team within one with 4:47 to play, and this guy's in the lane, and they don't call it. Free throw is a brick. They could have called both teams for being in the lane. I'm glad you didn't teach him how to make free throws because that one was a brick. Here comes Sensley, who has not given the ball up in the last 2 minutes. Matthews going to try to take him way out, keep him from getting within range. Sensley does pass the ball away. Mims goes in hard. Now back to Sensley, who got wide open. We ought to get $1 for predicting the outcome of this game a long time ago, maybe. Sensley with another bomb, 29 points. He's made the last 3 threes he's tried, puts his team up by 5. Spearman has an open look, pulls back, and doesn't make the shot. Grabs his own rebound over to Webster Chan, who misses the easy shot. And now Wells strategy with the basketball. They ought to hold it up a little bit. With under 4 minutes to go, they're up by 5. And who's got the ball? Of course, Julian Sensley.
And they switched defensive players on him.
It doesn't matter who they put on him. They've got Webster Chan on him, but all that leads is to a foul, and that'll send Sensley to the line. So after making 3 threes, he decides to fake the 3 and go hard to the hoop. Now he goes to the line. Looking for his 30th point, and we still have 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go, and he can give his team what I believe is the largest lead of the game at 6 if he makes this first free throw. If Wells strategy holds on to win this game, there's no question who the most valuable player is. Julian Sensley. He has been unstoppable throughout most of this game. I know you taught him everything he knows as well.
Well, funny you should say that. Julian now lives in my condominium. I'm sure he's staying there for the summer. And so every time I see him, I tell him good game because he usually plays a good game. And he's certainly a nice young man, and he's a nice guy to be able to talk to.
First free throw off the front of the rim and drops. And when you're hot, everything drops. Now looking to give his team a 7-point lead. Second free throw does not go in, hit off the front of the rim. So Wells strategy up 80-74, 3.5 minutes to play. Solar Universe with the basketball. Derek Lowe now playing the point. Zane Johnson has been absolutely stymied here in the second half. Took one shot. This is a guy averaging 28 points a game. Has been completely taken out offensively here in the second half. Derek Lowe will try to take over. The short is shot short. Derek's shot is short. And now with a little over 3 minutes to go, Wells strategy in control. Here comes Sensley. 3 guys on him. 3 guys foul him. Basket is good. And he'll go to the line. This is the Julian Sensley show. 34 points right now, going for his 35th point. Spearman with the foul.
I'm speechless. That young man, this is a heck of a performance. A heck of a
82-74, 3 minutes, 8 seconds to go. Sensley looking to convert a 3-point play. I think Julian Sensley has 14 points in the last 4 minutes.
Wow.
It's hard for us because we don't have any stats. I'm going by memory, and at my age, that's a risk. Sensley now with another 3-point opportunity. This the old way. Misses another free throw, though. That's 2 in a row. We could have cemented this away. Solar Universe has got to score quickly. Derek Lowe tries, but is cut off. Has the ball stolen away. Derek Lowe turns it over, and now we'll see if Wells' strategy slows it up a little bit. Doesn't seem to be. Koulibaly with the basketball. I wonder if they'll try to get it to Sensley. Oh, Julian Sensley now at the top of the key. Can you double team in the Summer League? Sensley thought about a three. His pass is stolen, though. That time he tried to get the ball inside. Bad turnover. Takes it back. Sensley goes inside, has the ball knocked away. He's got it back. Great pass inside for the easy basket by Leathers. And this game out of hand. This game is now 10-point lead for Wells Strategy. 2:20 to go. Johnson got the pass, and that's his second basket. Pull with his team to within 7 with 2:14 to play.
Well, you know, that he was out there 25, 26 feet. That was a heck of a shot. That was a heck of a shot. And as you said a couple of times, Jeff, Julian Sensley is just doing a terrific job, both defensively and offensively. And on defense, Leathers has made some really fine stops, and P.E. Mims is playing hard on defense. And Wealth Strategy looks a little bit better on defense than Solar Heating. And that's why they only have 77 points. Solar only has, because they certainly have the scorers to have more points than that.
Well, Marco Johnson, coach of Wells Strategy, calls the timeout here. His team is up by 7 with 2:07 to go. What's happened in the last minute is that Sensley has missed 2 free throws and then had a turnover. But when the guy's got 30-plus points, he has really taken over this game. I think for Solar Universe to get in this game in the last 2 minutes, they're going to need Zane Johnson to get the ball and get on track. Because, Coach, I believe that's the first time Zane Johnson has even attempted a shot in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, you know, he was hurt the last game, and he came in the last 5 seconds and made a 3 to tie it and send it into overtime. So, you know, he's going to have to pull up his pants with a couple of the other guys and start getting some scoring done, or they're going to lose the game.
Well, Strategy has 20 seconds, and they throw the ball away off the timeout, but they get it back. A bad pass. Wow. Bad pass. And they get the ball back, and they can run some clock now. And even though it's the Summer League, Sensley smart enough to dribble the ball outside, looking to get free. And Helmuth has the ball knocked away. He's got to be careful here. 1:48 to play. His team is up by 7. A bad pass, again almost stolen, but it gets back to Wealth Partners. And the layup is made, and now we've got a 9-point lead with 1:30 to play. Solar Universe is going to rely on Derek Lowe here. Derek Lowe over to Zane Johnson, wide open with the 3. Johnson is fouled on the 3. That is a tough foul. I did not see it. And if it was a real foul, it's an inexcusable one.
That was not
I didn't see the foul,
a very visible foul on my side. I don't know.
Well, you got a minute.
I didn't see that at all.
You got 1:30 to play. Zane Johnson goes to the line to shoot 3. The clock is stopped, which was the only thing that could hurt Wells Strategy. They got a 9-point lead. First free throw is good. If he makes the other 2, it'll be a 6-point game with 1.5 minutes to play. Wells Strategy 86. Solar Universe, the higher seed, 79. And Zane Johnson now goes to make his 3rd free throw, and he's got green sneakers on. And he makes all 3, so I expect we'll see a little bit of a press. And there's the full court pass, the break, and a foul on the break. Smart move by Wealth Strategy. They got the open pass. Solar Universe slow getting back. They do get the foul, so that will send...
Well, they don't go to the line. They call it,
they didn't call
down
it a
on the
shooting
floor.
foul.
No, not
Wow.
a shooting foul.
All right.
There's another bad call.
That's a bad one. I thought Broadhouse clearly was fouled. So they've got a full 30 seconds now. Wells Strategy up by 6 with 1:27 to play. We'll take the ball out on the offensive end. I thought that was a shooting foul for sure.
And I
Koulibaly will take it out.
I thought it was an intentional foul.
Koulibaly will not take it out because Wealth Strategy, Solar Universe, I'm sorry, called timeout. Well, Coach, it's been an exciting game. Neither team will probably score 100, but when you went into this game, having watched a lot of games, Solar Universe had a 1-game advantage during the regular season. They did not have to play into this game. They were the 2nd seed. Wealth Strategy had a 1-game deficit to them, had to win Tuesday night. Going in, who did you think was the favorite?
Well, you know, a funny statistic, Marco Johnson has missed some games as a coach, but the games that he's come to, he's never lost a game. And I think, you know, as a young coach, he has a lot of influence on the game. He does a real good job. I like the way he coaches. You know, he settles the kids down. He does a good job.
Well, don't forget, this is only the first game, Coach.
Yeah.
You'll be doing the next one with some guy who I never heard of.
I don't know who he is either, but I'll try and get along with him.
But I'm sure it'll be almost as good as the game we've just done. All right, so we've got an 86-80 game. Don't forget the next game coming up in about 20 minutes. The finals will be Saturday night. Gary Dickman will be calling the next game along with Coach Salido. So here's the out-of-bounds play. This is a big play. And a quick foul. That was called off the bench. Artie Wilson with the quick foul, deciding not to let Wells Strategy run the clock down. Foul is on Smith, and it'll bring Leathers to the line. I have not seen Leathers at the line, I don't believe.
He did. He made two.
He
made two, and you said, gee, he looks
an awkward
fine.
shot.
So, you know.
He pushes the ball. You can see how short that
Remember
is.
what I said about shooting free throws. Let's see how you do at the end of the game.
And Derek Lowe fouled after the missed free throw, and that's the only thing now that can cause Wells Strategy the game. And I believe we'll see Artie Wilson continue to foul Quentin Leathers. He's got a short free throw stroke, and that one off the front of the rim badly. Well, here's Derek Lowe to the line, and he's a guy that you don't expect to miss free throws.
No. Derek is, I'm sure he's a terrific last 2 minutes of the game free throw shooter. He's somebody I would like on the line because along with Zane Johnson, he's an excellent free throw shooter.
Well, Zane made 3 to pull his team within 6 from the line, and here goes Derek Lowe with a chance to pull his team to within 4. First free throw is way short. And you don't know whether that's because Derek just came back, but they get the rebound. That's hard to believe. No, they're going to give the ball to Wells Strategy.
That's hard to believe.
Did we see the same play? We don't like to pick on the officials. They're trying to get the ball to Sensley. They can't do it. They get it to Koulibaly, and they can't foul him. They get the ball out quickly to Lyons. And there's the quick foul by Kavika Smith. So we know Artie's strategy now is to foul the last minute 11.
I can't believe Derek Lowe missed that shot.
That was a short arm shot.
Remember,
that's an alligator free throw.
Yeah, remember though, you know, the free throw shooters in the last minute, 2 minutes of the game, you better make sure you got the right guys up there because that's a tough shot at the end.
Well, Kavika Lyons now will go to the line. His team up by 6 with 1:11 to play. Artie Wilson's strategy here for Solar Universe is to foul, and that didn't work.
I don't want to say
No,
I
because
work
you
hard. I work hard with
No, when
Kavika.
Kavika missed, you said you didn't give him any instructions.
Oh, but this is a different Kavika.
Oh,
this
no,
is
you're
Kavika Lions.
This is the 1.5 left in the game, Kavika Lions, where I know you coached him, Coach.
Really hard at the minute and a half.
It's a 3-possession game.
Boy, Kavika!
Second free throw doesn't change things. We've got a 3-possession game with 1:11 to play. 88 for Wells Strategy.
Now Leathers is in for defense, and they're going to put Kavika in for offense.
Solar Universe with 1:10 to play is down by 8. They're going to put the ball in Lowe's hands. Over to Kavika Smith, who misses, and rebound is 4-4. Going to call a jump ball. I can't see who possession goes to, but this is critical.
Possession goes to Wealth Strategy.
That'll just about do it, Coach, with 1 minute to play.
No.
Oh, no, nobody turn out. Don't turn out. Don't turn the TV dial.
Turn this dial.
You heard what Coach said. All right.
Turn it. I'm not comfortable yet.
All right. We'll wait for the quick foul here as Broadus will take the ball out on the defensive end. We'll see the quick foul right away. There it is. And yes, what do you want to tell me? That'll send P.E. Mins to the line. Now, P.E. Mins doesn't get a lot of experience shooting critical free throws at the end of the game.
No, these are clutch.
This is a pressure free throw, even though it's an 8-point game.
No, it's pressure. It's pressure.
My bet if it was a 2-point game, he might come up short. With an 8-point lead, I think he'll make this. 1-1.
If he makes 2 of them, it's out of control.
Oh, now it's out of control.
Now,
a second ago when I said it, you said no. There's plenty of time.
Well, a second ago it was only 8 points.
It's
with
still
their
a 3-point game.
With Solar Universe's ball, 3. It goes down to 5. Yeah, that's a ball game.
Now this is the one. This makes it a 4-possession game. Now it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Now
90 Wells Strategy. And Artie Wilson will not get a championship this year.
Wells Strategy looking for a bird.
Whoa, huge three by Zane Johnson. With a guy in his face, cuts the lead to 7 with 54 seconds to go. We said earlier, if Solar Universe was going to come back in this game, it rests on Zane Johnson.
He made a shot I couldn't see from that far out. I can't believe it. That was a great shot.
That was unbelievable.
Great shot.
But they kept Zane Johnson from taking a shot for about 12 minutes. All right, so we have a 7-point game with a quick steal. Who knows?
And they're going to foul.
Absolutely.
They're going to foul.
So who do you foul?
Well, they're going to foul, and then if he doesn't make his free throws and you hit another 3, you're only down by 4 with a lot of time left on the clock. So,
but either way, Coach, it's a 3-possession game whether he makes the free throws or not. So if I'm Wells Strategy, I try to get as much time off the clock as I can on this out-of-bounds play. Well, let's see who's going to take it out. They're going to put Sensley now. I think he's not taking it out yet. Koulibaly is basically taking it out all the time. Let's see who it is this time.
Set up, Marco.
That's Broadus. Broadus is taking it out. Wants to get it into the hands of anybody. No foul. No foul, Coach. Are you surprised? Artie Wilson's team did not foul, and the clock is running down. And a timeout called by Wells Strategy, but 12 seconds off the clock.
Right.
What's the strategy there, Coach?
I have no idea.
You fouled the last 4 times within 3 seconds. No timeout there by Artie Wilson. What's that? You run the clock down, you still need 3 possessions. You gotta foul.
Gotta foul. Now they must foul, no matter who gets. They should have fouled on the inbounds.
That's why Artie Wilson is doing color with you and not coaching the University of Hawaii. I told Artie I'd get him once during the game. He's been a great coach in the summer league over the years, though.
Yeah, well, you have to be a special person to coach in the summer league over the years. It's a very thankless job. So, and he puts his heart and soul in it. You got to give him credit for that.
Well, we've got 43.5 seconds to play, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Wells Strategy with a 7-point lead, and we'll take the ball out at half court. And again, no pressure on the basketball, so Artie Wilson decides to let the clock run down and go for the steal. He does not get it. And so the shot clock runs all the way down. And now a foul. Now a foul with 9 seconds on the shot clock and 33 left in the game. I love doing the broadcasting because I can second guess everybody.
I think it's much better than coaching where I was a nervous wreck. I'm not nervous at all.
Less stress. So now shoot 2 shots for Kavika Lyons, who I know you taught how to shoot free throws in the last minute. And of course, he misses the first one. It doesn't really matter. It's a 3-possession game regardless. But Artie Wilson deciding not to foul with under a minute to play lets 21 seconds off the shot clock, and then his team does foul. Went for the steal. He makes 1 of 2. So we've got an 8-point game with 33 seconds to play.
Leathers comes in for Kavika.
Ball just not touched, trying to get it over half court. Now he does. Oh, and he delivers the ball out of bounds almost. Derek Lowe. Zane Johnson's going to take a prayer. He's triple team. Clock is tripping down. Smith with a 3-pointer. So P.E. Mims, was that P.E.? Oh, that was Kavika Smith. We have a 91-86 game. Kavika Smith with a 3. Now you got to foul. You got to foul. No foul. Oh, and then that's an intentional foul, but they're not going to call it by Spearman. That's an intentional foul, not called, Coach. The Koulibaly will get to shoot 2, and these are critical. The first one means 2 threes ties the game. 2 free throws ends this game with 19 seconds to play. But give Solar Universe credit. They have hung in there down the stretch. First free throw is up and no good. So now a critical free throw to make this a 6-point game with 19 seconds to play. And again, Coach Artie going for the steal, then has to foul as Wells Strategy was breaking towards the basket. Did not have the intentional foul call. Second free throw is good. So we've got a 6-point game with 19 seconds to play. Little pressure on Zane Johnson. You know he's going to fire this up. And he does, and it's way short, but they get the rebound. 10 seconds to play. Derek Chan is blocked. Ball goes out to Smith. 3 is short, and Wells Strategy will win this game. We've got 3.9 seconds to game. 3 threes, all short. Wells Strategy will go to the line with a 6-point lead, 92-86, and they will go into the finals against the winner of the 8:30 game. So credit Coach Marco Johnson remaining undefeated. Koulibaly probably will put the first one in and then brick the second. It's not going to matter either way. Wells Strategy with a great victory over Solar Universe, who was averaging 103 points a game, only score 86 in the biggest game of the summer league for them.
And they only gave up 94 tonight, so that's not bad.
Koulibaly makes the first, make it a 7-point game. This one is just for the record books. It's good. 94-86, and this game will end. Solar Universe will take a long three. Missed by Webster Chan. Final score, Wells Strategy will go to the finals on Saturday night, 94. Solar Universe, the second seed, knocked out here in the first semifinal, 86. Second game coming up in just a little while. Well, Coach, you and I have 2 minutes to summarize the game before Tess Whitlock comes in. What do you think?
I think Julian Sensley was terrific.
Do you?
I think he was good offensively, and I think he was good defensively, and I think he was good rebounding, being the biggest man on the floor. He shot the three exceptionally well, so I thought that was impressive. And, you know, he gave them leadership when they needed it, and he did a fine job. And he easily player of the game.
I agree with you completely. We talked about it early in the second half. Sensley led his team in scoring in the first half with 13, and he wound up with somewhere in the mid-30s. We don't have the final stats, but he made 3 threes in a row with guys in his face, then got fouled and it wasn't called, then got fouled going to hoop and made the traditional three. And Solar Universe could not, after taking the lead with about 8 minutes to go, contain Julian Sensley. So a big win for Wells Strategy.
And you know, a terrific season for Artie Wilson. He did a great job again. You know, he made the playoffs again for the umpteenth time in a row. And so even though he lost, I'd like to congratulate Artie on a fine job.
Well, stay tuned for the next game coming up in about 20 minutes. Coach Solito will be doing the color along with some guy I've seen before. I can't remember his name. But, Coach, it's been a great opportunity to work with you, and good luck in the second game, and have fun on Saturday night in the finals.
Thanks a lot, Jeff.
All right, well, that'll do it for us, and Tess Whitlock will come in. Don't forget to stay tuned here on Channel 49 on Olelo for the second game, and it'll be a great one. Central Medical Clinic ended the season 7-3. They got a bye into the finals. They're the #1 seed against Clark Hatch Fitness. And for Jeff Portnoy, this is Coach. No, I'm Jeff Portnoy. For Coach Tony Solito, this is Coach Jeff Portnoy saying aloha. Stay tuned for the second game. Good night, everybody.
All right, Tess Whitlock back with Al Davis. Al, what a game.
It was a very exciting game, Jeff.
What a game. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the game. Solar Universe, Wells Strategies. What do you think the losing team could have did a little bit better to pull that game out? Artie's team.
Well, Artie got a team full of guards, and I thought maybe in the second half, every other trip up the court, he should have put some pressure, full court pressure on the ball to see what happened, just to speed the tempo of the game up, to make the big guys on the other team come back and help, and that would have tired them out a little bit, you know, and that didn't happen. And we see what happened. He did put that kind of pressure on the ball late in the game. They made a couple of big threes to make it interesting, you know.
Yeah. You and I was talking about the size that Wells Strategy played with, especially Julian Sensley and the boys inside. Talk a little bit about Julian Sensley and what you saw him do in the second half.
I thought Julian played a really good game. I think in order for them to win it, Julian's going to have to play a really good, smart game. You know, he wasted a lot of motion, you know, I thought, which he got tired at times. And Julian's a seasoned player, so he should know better than that, you know, but he played a tremendous game, especially late. He hit a number of big shots down the stretch, which helped the other team keep that lead.
I thought Julian played a smart game. I thought he was really good in getting everybody else involved with the game. I'm with you. I thought he wasted a lot of energy doing nothing. I thought that he could have just stayed a little closer to the basket passed out of the double teams in the basket, or like you told me at halftime, or just kept getting to the free throw line all night.
Exactly. I mean, Julian is the big guy. He was bigger than all the other guys, so he could have just laid on that low post down, that guy to turn around. What I think he doesn't do is when he gets it, he needs to turn around and look at the basket, you know, to force the defense to take a step back off of it. And I think that'll come with time, you know. He looks a lot better than I've seen him look when he was in college.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have him on in a little bit. We're going to have Marco Johnson on, the winning coach with Wealth Strategy, and we're going to have Julian Sinsley on. We're just waiting for them to come over now. We got our second game coming up. But I thought the game was played at a very high level for a summer league game. I thought that shots were going in, the turnovers were down. I thought it was a really good game. I thought Artie's team had a shot all the way to the end.
Well, as we said at halftime, you know, Artie had a team full of guards, and they're going to live and die by that jump shot, you know. I thought Artie kept a couple of people out of the game, Johnson, a little bit too long. And then again, I think the pressure that he should have put on the ball would have made a difference in the second half.
Yeah, and I'm with you about Zane Johnson. You and I just kind of looked at each other like, where's Zane Johnson at? I thought Derek Lowe, I'm accustomed to seeing Derek Lowe play a little better. Wasn't his best game, but, you know, I know he plays a lot better than that. So Zane Johnson, Derek Lowe, a couple of those guys kind of off a little bit tonight and just really didn't give Artie probably the effort that he's accustomed to. But what a great game. We're still waiting for Julian Sinsley. Let's get Marco Johnson in first. Were some of the keys for you guys tonight to pull this game off?
Some of the keys to us playing tonight was our rebounding. We took our time. We played at our pace. We didn't get speed up the game like they wanted us to. We made big shots.
I thought that you guys played a tremendous game, Marco. I thought that your team was a little bit bigger than the other team, which made an advantage, which gave you an advantage, because those guys got to jump to where your guys were already at, you know. I thought that Artie didn't pressure your people the way I thought he should have pressured them in the second half, which gave you guys an advantage. I think if you can get Julian to lay down around the basket and catch the ball on the block down there and save some of that energy, because he did a lot of wasted motion, I thought, early in the game that took a lot of energy away from him. You had to sit him down for a minute. I guess you talked to him over there. And then when he came in late in the second half, he had some big shots for you guys, you know, that I thought really made a difference in the game.
Yeah, I want to jump in on that point, Marco. What is it going to take for you guys in the finals to keep Julian at this high of a level and keep him fresh throughout the game?
Just keep him motivated. Like I said before, he's coming off an injury. He's getting better every game. He's working hard trying to get back in shape so he can get back overseas. So he's really motivated.
What did you do tonight defensively to really slow these guys down? I know they're a smaller team, and they customarily like to get out and transition, but the transition wasn't there tonight. Zane Johnson was held under. Derek Lowe was held under. Kabika Smith was okay tonight. What did you do to limit these guys in the game tonight?
I try to stress to my guys that play at our pace, try to take good shots, so we take bad shots and they'll be able to get those runouts. So we took pretty good shots, and when we try to get back in transition, and also we want to help on all their drives and everything.
I thought that number 23 for your team, I don't know what his name is actually, but you had him on Derek Lowe, and I thought he did a tremendous job on Derek. Derek has a problem playing against quick guards, you know, and that guy had quickness that gave Derek a problem. Derek didn't look to score, I don't know why. The guy was in front of Derek all the time, you know, and that makes a difference, I think, when you guard a guy like Derek. Because Derek has some skills and what have you, but you can take him away from him, take him out the game with quickness.
Yeah, we wanted to help a lot on Derek tonight. We know his capabilities, so I was stressing my guys, put pressure on him, make him drive the basketball, and we can get help from the other guys.
That was a great idea.
Marco, talk a little bit about your post and some of the ISOs that you guys are calling, how you're keeping the floor spread out. You guys seem to be in control of the game throughout the game. Artie's team made a run or two, but it just seemed that they were always behind the 8 ball because of the tempo you guys played at.
Yeah, I stressed the tempo. I wanted to play our pace. We wanted to get the ball to Julian, let everybody else spot up. We want to keep our spacing wide, so if they help, they have to run a long distance for to contest our shots. So we did a good job. Julian, he played an excellent game. He's very, very, very intelligent.
Okay, I'm going to let you out on this one. What do you look forward to This is a big emotional win for you guys. I'm seeing a lot of your guys really hyped up after the game. It was a game that you guys put a lot of emotion into. What do you say to your guys after the game and then moving forward for Saturday night? What do you say to them to bring them back in here and get them to play at another high level like this?
I just let them celebrate tonight, and when I see them on Saturday, I'll give them my pregame speech and let them know how Wells Strategies was never picked to win it, and how we don't have any stars besides Julian, no current UH players or anything like that. So we're just gonna stress just want to keep them motivated and do our best. Didn't nobody expect us to be here.
Okay. Well, thanks for visiting with us, Marco. We appreciate you. Enjoy the night, and good luck in the championship.
Good luck, Marco.
Thanks a lot.